He just doesn't like me.
No, he's just fussy.
Nah, probably just doesn't like me because I used to be a piece of shit.
He likes you, don't worry about it.
I'm not worried about it. I know I used to be a piece of shit. I don't give a rat's ass.
I'm gonna go see if he's hungry. Maybe that's a problem.
That's not the problem. So I used to be a fucking piece of shit.
Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little heavy, but I think it's important. I want to talk about toxic friendships in the furry fandom, gaslighting, and why cutting ties with people, even people you've known for years, can be one of the healthiest things you ever do for yourself. This comes from personal experience. I'm not going to get into specifics, but I want to talk about the patterns, and some of you might recognize them. So years ago, back in early to mid 2010s, I was part of a friend group in the fandom where, looking back, the main thing holding us together was talking negatively. At the time, it just felt like bonding, inside jokes, us against them energy. It's such an easy trap to fall into, especially in a community as tight-knit and drama-prone as this one can be. But here's what I didn't see back then. If the only thing keeping a friendship alive is negativity, gossip, drama, talking badly in general, that's not actually friendship. That's a shared habit, and habits like that don't just stay pointed outward forever. Eventually, it turns on you as well. That's basically what happened to me. At one point, things went from toxic drama friend group to something much worse. A small group of people started spreading rumors about me, things that were not true, and when I tried to address it directly, I was met with denial, minimization, and being made to feel like I was the problem for even bringing it up. That's gaslighting. It's when someone's response to being called out isn't, "Hey, let's talk about this." It's making you doubt your own perception of what happened, twisting the story so you end up apologizing for their behavior. If you've ever felt like you left a conversation more confused about reality than when you went in, that's worth paying attention to. When your gut is noticing something wrong, it's usually right, even if you can't fully explain why. It got bad enough that it seriously affected my mental health. Because of this, I ended up stepping away from the furry fandom entirely for a couple of years. And I want to be really clear about something. Cutting off toxic friendships is not cruelty. It's not drama. It's not giving up on people. It's boundary setting, and it's one of the most mature things you can do. Here's a few things I've learned since then. You don't owe anyone a long explanation for distancing yourself. Saying, "This isn't working for me anymore," is enough. People who benefit from a toxic dynamic will often resist you naming it. That resistance isn't proof you're wrong. Often, it's proof you're right. Growth sometimes means friend groups you've loved stopped fitting who you are becoming. That's not betrayal. That's just what growth looks like sometimes. I'm not the same person I was in the early 2010s. I've changed for the better, and I don't think the change would have been possible if I'd stayed tangled up in that old dynamic. I took that long break from the fandom not really knowing if I'd even come back to the fandom at all. What actually fully brought me back wasn't a con or friend or nostalgia. It was losing my mom. Grief has a way of making you reevaluate everything. Who you are, what actually matters, which parts of your old life are worth returning to. And somewhere in that process, I found my way back to this community, but on my own terms this time. Different friends, different boundaries, a much clearer sense of what I will and won't accept from people. I'm not saying it was some clean, tidy silver lining. Loss doesn't work like that. But it did teach me that I get to choose who's around me now. And I choose much better than I used to. If you're in a friend group right now that only feels good when you're talking about negativity, I want you to sit with that for a second. If you're being made to feel crazy for noticing something wrong, trust that instinct. You're allowed to walk away. You're allowed to outgrow people. And on the other side of it, there's a version of this community and of yourself that feels a lot lighter. That's all I have for now. Maybe this will be another part 2 in the future, who knows? But thank you so much for trusting me with something a little more personal today, and I'll see you in the next one.